Hey yo, Tony Wavy, what you do it for? Tony is the hop star. Yeah, I know I'm nice, you just ain't notice me. I leave your ear burning to the 3rd degree. They see my fly and then they know it's me. I'm so wavy on the track, I spit that poetry.
Welcome back, everybody, to Off the Cuff. Adam Banks here with you. Last segment of the hour. Folks, this week in the studio, we have a special guest, Tony Wavy. He is also known as the HipHop Picasso. He is a young up-and-coming hip-hop vocalist and painter. Now, at a young age, he knew he was meant to be a star. Since he could remember, he was always drawing, but as a young church boy, he always found himself infatuated with music. From his parents being ministers to his aunties and uncles, cousins, and even his grandparents being heavily involved in church, and he was always around music because of that. Almost everyone in his family is musically inclined, from singing to percussion to piano, and so on and so on and so on. But one uncle always seemed to catch his ear from his smooth Detroit soul captivating his young nephew with legendary producer Dilla. Man, my pronunciation is always the worst. But, folks, this guy, I'm telling you what, I couldn't wait to have him on the show, and I am going to play one of his songs. And his song is going to be our song of the week. And I feel like that this song is going to just pretty much show you the talent of Tony. And I can't wait to not only just talk to him, but let you hear some of his music. So let's go ahead and take Off the Cuff's Song of the Week break. And the song that we are going to be playing is Guns Down by Tony Wavy. So folks, sit back, relax, enjoy the music. And when we come back, we're going to have in studio for a one-on-one interview, Tony Wavy. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Yeah. The world's so upside down.
Yes. A whole vibe. I told you, folks. He is a whole vibe. Well, folks, in the studio, I have with me none other right now, Tony Wavy. Tony, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Adam. Thanks. That's a nice name. You got like a millionaire name.
Well, thank you very much.
It sounds like a famous news reporter, or something. It just sounds good.
So let me ask you, you've got a cool name, Tony Wavy. Now, is that your stage name or is that your real?
So my real nickname is Tony, so everybody already calls me Tony. And then I got the waves because back in the day I was wavy, had the wavy hair and whatnot. So I'm like, man, it just makes sense, Tony Wavy, and then it ended up sticking because it started off as an Instagram name. And then, I just kind of stuck with it and everybody just started calling me Tony Wavy, and, it's been that from there. But it has a double meaning behind it, like, you know what I'm saying? Not only just am I a wavy person, I got wavy flows, I'm a wavy vibe. So, we keep it wavy over here for the surfers.
I'm telling you, man. And sometimes only your stage name, it means a lot, and that's usually how you're identified, is your stage name going forward. So I love the fact that you just kind of kept it, and every stage name has a story, so it's interesting that it started from just an Instagram name.
Yeah, and just my hair. I had wavy hair. I had the, I had the waves in, kept the do-rag on,
Yeah, well, Tony, I've said this before to you many times off the air. You are a whole vibe. The way you perform, the way you control your audience, it is, there's a lot of great artists in Lexington, but the way you have that crowd control, it's the best in town.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, you won recently the Lexi Award for Hip Hop Artist of the Year. Talk about what that award meant to you, finally getting recognized right here in Lexington.
Man, it's crazy to come from a place where, I was basically raised at and learned how to drive, and I was putting in so much work, but it didn't seem like it was, I felt like I wasn't seeing the fruit like how I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting the same work in as I was there in North Carolina to now being here in Kentucky, and it's been nothing but love. So just to be recognized by people, and they to know my name, and when I go around, people, they know the songs, they know the words, and just to be recognized for that at one of the highest stages out here, it's beautiful. And especially it's really, I've only been here almost 2 years, not even a full 2 years. So just in that year span, it's been love. And, I'm super grateful for everybody that's continually supported me, because it means so much to me, because people didn't want to listen to my music at first. It means so much to me because I was scared to share what I had, you know. But now, being confident in who I am and what I do, you know, it's something that God blessed me with. So I'm super grateful, man.
You're not from Lexington. How long have you been here?
About almost 2 years.
Okay, so what's it like for you being a part of the hip-hop scene in Lexington?
Okay, so the hip-hop scene in Lexington, it's a lot of love, but it be the drama sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you right now, it's a little drama going on Facebook in the hip-hop community now. But, you know, other than that, like when people like really stick together, when they really show each other love, it just hits different. Like you got guys like Divine Karama, who's been putting on for the community and showing me as an independent artist that you don't have to be like, you know, in these major label situations to make an income as a rapper or make an impact as a rapper, because he's making an impact without the major label push, who's been working with other people. And then you got guys like even my brother Bryce, you know, I met him through the hip hop community, even though he's a painter, well, not a painter, but a visual artist. So like illustrations and all those things and graphics, but I met him in that space, and just to meet like-minded people, and then even understanding that in the hip-hop community here, everybody's pretty close-knit, like everything's close to home, so everybody knows everybody. But when they see you, it's love, and you know, we want to continue to push that culture forward, and you know, I think everybody's just trying to make their way up right now.
You know, you've made such an impact in Lexington, not only in the music scene, but also you're an artist.
Yeah.
You know, you're also known not only as Tony Wavy, but the HipHop Picasso.
Yeah.
So tell us about your artwork, Tony. Like, how long have you been doing it? What type of art is it that you are doing? Is it painting? Is it drawing? What is it?
So it's painting and drawing. I do portraits, graphic designs, murals, logos. I paint on clothes. So, you know, all those things work together and, you know, in concert, like Renee would say, working in concert.
Right.
But, you know, early on, it started as a kid where I was just infatuated with drawing on every single thing that I could find. And then I had an uncle. Well, I still have him, you know what I'm saying, to this day. That's who we talked about in my bio a little bit. You know, he influenced me musically. Then he also influenced me artistically wise, because we just be watching superheroes, animes, and wrestling. I love the muscles. I love Spider-Man, and I come back drawing, and you know, I come back just to show it to him, like, oh, what, you know what I'm saying? You like this picture? Because he's like he's like my second dad, really. So like that was like a super inspirational person for me in my life when it comes to like, you know, just doing music and arts and even being involved with the kids and even fashion too. He was like the dress too, so I picked up a lot of that from him. But you know, when it comes to art, I really just create my life just how I do. Like when I rap, it's all my life. And as I'm painting now, I'm working on a series with my kids and really just trying to express these feelings of having a childlike wonder, and you know, whether that be a somber feeling or, you know, just bring that nostalgia back, you know, in a child's place and giving something that people can resonate with, it being a child and that understanding. So that's kind of where I've been at right now. And I do a lot of realism, portraiture. So, like, you can see my portraits. I usually do pretty realistic portraits and, you know, just working, man.
When did you realize you could paint? Because, you know, when you're a little kid, you're drawing or you're painting. When did you realize that you were good at it?
Well, I've always realized I was good, like, you early, knew. Like, yeah.
I used to think I was good, but like my little square house.
I was drawing full. I got pictures somewhere. I got full comic book pages of things I was drawing, but it was like I really discovered painting during my high school time. So during my high school, 9th through 12th grade, I had an amazing teacher who taught me so much. That's when I discovered so many different styles of art, from putting together, collages, trying oil paints, acrylic paints, India ink, charcoal, trying all. So I got a chance to dibble and dabble in a little bit of everything. So around I wasn't a fan of it. I thought I just like black and white because I was comic books. I'm like, I just like black and white. I don't even care for the color. And then, you know, she got me into that, and it was around the time I'm hitting college and going out and about. And then I didn't even finish college. I was just drawing, doing a whole lot of drawing, and I started dabbling more in the paint. I didn't even realize I could paint faces till around quarantine, really. So I'm talking 4 years ago.
The time when there was no faces being seen.
There was no faces being seen, and, you know, I got let go from my job, and I started, like, you know, I was like, man, let me just go fully into my art because I've always done it. Like I've been trying to do it as a business.
That was a blessing, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Because my friend hit me. He's like, man, can you paint Malcolm? Can you paint? He had like 4 different paintings he wanted: Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, and somebody else, Jackie Robinson. He's like, can you paint these? I'm like, yeah. And I charged him like $40 a piece. They were nice sizes and everything. I was like, wow, I can actually paint a face.
Yeah.
And then I just kept going, and I started to realize, oh, I'm good at painting faces. Let me do this more. And
do you take pictures of all the paintings that you give away, or is there just some paintings floating around out there that you'll never see again?
No, I have paintings of all my paintings, literally. So, like, since the beginning, like, you know, I come up in a content generation. So, for me to, like, really push how I wanted to, especially as an artist, I had to put out content. So, art content. As soon as I, like, during the quarantine, I'm like, if I'm going to take it serious, I got to post. I got to let people know, like, what I do so I can actually get the opportunity to do art for them, you know?
You also, Tony, have a clothing line. Let's talk about that. It's called Talk Love. Renee is sporting the hat right over here.
Yeah.
You're sporting the hat. You got it on.
I keep it on me.
You keep it on. It's a cool logo. I'm assuming you created that logo.
I did, yes.
Your artistic self. Talk about your clothing line, man.
So, Talk Love, I actually created Talk Love when I was around 18 years old, coming out of high school.
18, folks. 18.
I was trying to figure out, like, what do I want to do in life? What is my purpose? Like, I was big on that early on, as soon as I'm coming out of school, and I'm like, I'm trying to fill this void. I got crazy girlfriend, you know. I'm making music. I'm doing all the wrong things.
All right, we got to talk more about that. No, I'm kidding.
No. I'm married now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But right after. But, you know, I was just continually pushing this. I was going through these things and trying to fill this gap, and I realized the gap that I'm trying to fill with is love. Love conquers all. God is love. And, you know, I created this logo. At first, it started off as, like, you know, just talks with other young people that were going through things or was just in a situation where they're trying to find themselves. And it started off as literally Talk Love. We were just talking, just had conversation. Then I made the logo. Then I started putting it in shirts. Then my wife finally found some embroidered patches. And, you know, as I began to grow into, so I stopped doing the talks around like 2019 or so. I can't remember. I just stopped doing the talks because I couldn't find the space. And I don't know, I just wasn't in that space anymore. Then I, you know, really started getting into my music artistry. And as I began to get in my music artistry and trying to find myself as Tony Wavy, like the Tony Wavy, the rapper. And I'm like, what should I wear? Like, what's the clothes that I want to wear? And I'm like, I want to wear my stuff. So I just started patching and putting Talk Love on everything, painting on everything. And it really just became my persona. And it was already me because I've been wearing glasses in school and jackets, painted jackets since I was, and, you know, since I started school, really, you know, so I was always kind of into that. So
when's the pop-up shop coming? Because you have to open, or just a permanent store of some kind. You need to open something where people can have better access to your clothes, man, because they're so rad.
Yeah,
they are.
You're right about it. We're working on a Mad Wavy pop-up. Actually, I know Gray Line has some pop-ups coming up I need to tap into. But, you know, if you want to come to the store, just come to the Mad Wavy studio at Loudon House. Come to Lexington Art League, Loudon House on Castlewood. I have some clothes out and ready for you, some hats, and you check out the studio space. Plus, you could buy some dope merch. So why not come through?
There's so much that you have going on. You're also the host of your very own podcast. Talk about it.
Okay, so the Mad Wavy podcast is a podcast we started in partnership with WUKY Radio, NPR. So, you know, shout out to all the people that, you know, connected to that. Shout out to DeBron Thomas, my brother B-Mad, Bryce Okoye. He's an amazing artist as well. We've been collaborating with a lot of things. It started off as just something we were just working on some collab pieces, and then we end up working on a whole Mad Wavy show, like an actual, like, performance show. So make sure y'all tap in with that. We have a Mad Wavy coming up April 13th. Y'all be there at the Loudon House. But the Mad Wavy, it's artist talks. We talk about, you know, artistry from music to hip hop, singing, or we talk about comic books, movies, TV, the things that are inspiring us. And even today, we had a, you know, session today, and we were talking about development and, you know, understanding how to develop as an artist. So we have artist talks, and then we just talk about random stuff and just have conversation and, you know, play dope music. So shout out to the guys over at WKY. It's been an honor, you know, just even being there and being able to do that.
You've got some more events coming up here. You already mentioned the Loudon House on April the 13th, 8 to midnight. What can people expect when they attend this event?
Okay, so even Mad Wavy, you can expect bars, you can expect food, you can expect nice drinks, you know what I'm saying? And it's for free. And, you know, we have open ciphers, we have live art as well. So not only do we have Mad Wavy, so the day before that, we got something called Doomsday. So it's a hip-hop event. event. It's a vibe. It's going to be at Girls Burritos. So that is the day before April 12th. So April 13th, Mad Wavy. Then after that, April 20th, we have the Stronger Together music concert and public health fair. That is April 20th. We got a billboard. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to the Ricochet Effect and Project Ricochet. You guys do need to go over to Russell Cave. Go check out that billboard. That's my first billboard. So I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud. So y'all go check that out. And that's a free event as well at the Lyric Theater.
I saw Renee wrote on social media, she said that it was like looking at that billboard was like looking at the Mount Rushmore of the local music scene here in Lexington.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Tony. Just what did you think when you first were driving down the road and you looked up and you seen your face on a billboard?
Man, I was actually super excited to, I seen it early, you know what I'm saying? I had to sneak peek because, I got to see the rough drafts. But then to finally see it in person, because I didn't even know it was up. Somebody I know, his name is, who called me? Was it J-Mac, my boy J-Mac? He's a producer out here. He was just driving past, I guess, and he called me, Tony, you on a billboard?
Like you didn't know.
Yeah, what? Are you serious? So I was like, yeah, oh, word, they got it up. I didn't even know. They didn't tell me nothing. So, just to see that in person, then my kids get to drive past. And then my cousins and my family members and friends. So, it's honestly a blessing, and just to be, like I said, the recognition, just to be recognized and get the love that I do, I'm grateful,
Well, Tony, I would love if you would treat our audience with spitting some bars right here live on the radio. Is that something, and I hate putting people on the spot, so if you want to just talk more instead of performing, I'm cool with that. So what are you feeling on doing?
I know my boy Adam, he wants some bars.
I do.
Adam wants some bars. What kind of, are you going to play a beat or you just want me to rap? What you want me to spit a cappella?
Dude, if you could do a cappella, I would really love it. Unless you just wanted me to I can look up a beat. I mean, it's whatever you want to do. So I do want to let everybody know though that I'm going to let Tony wrap us out at the end of because the show's pretty much over. So, Tony, before you get started, tell everybody where they can find you on social and how they can find more info about your painting, your clothing line, and your music.
Okay, so everybody, please make sure to check me out on Facebook and Instagram under Tony Wavy. All you have to search is TonyWavy. You can find all of my music, all of my content on all streaming platforms. I'm talking YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, all those things. Just search Tony Wavy. You'll find me. I have tons of collabs I've done with other artists out, so it's a lot of content you can, soak up if you would like to. Make sure I keep streaming that Guns Down featuring Gosh Josh and my big bro, Divine Karama. That is out on YouTube and on all platforms, produced by my brother Johnny one time. So if you guys just check on social media, just search TonyWavy. And if you would like to tap in with merch and original art and all these different things, hit my website, TonyWavy.art. Very simple.
Very simple, folks. That is Tony Wavy. And thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Off the Cuff with Adam Bakes. We will be back next week, same time, same place, right here on WLXU 93.9 FM. Tony, you have 50 seconds, and I wish it was more, but my man, the mic and the airwaves belong to you.
Gee whiz, dog. Hey, what you off your lid, dog? Big dog. I'm trying to do it big, dog. Yeah. But they say you just a kid, dog. Gotta get it. Gotta go and get it, yeah. Gotta get it. Gotta go and get it, yeah. Gotta get it. Gotta go and get it like a Mary, Mary song. Gotta play my role like when Tyler Perry on. Don Perry on. It's a dang shame how I sip the champagne. It's a dang game how I run this campaign. I'm well suited, fly like an airplane. Gotta get it, gain and maintain. Yeah, gain and maintain. How we supposed to win and you ain't on the same thing. Yeah, I don't know if you want me to keep going.
Oh, my man.
I can keep going.
That's perfect, folks. Tony Wavy, go give him a follow. Thank you for listening to Off the Cuff.